Y'all been asking non-stop for my jumper, my SIGs, and the exact build I'm running. Today you're getting all three in one video. My first 2K26 tutorial popped off, so we're cutting straight to it. Custom jump shot, then my dribble and playmaking SIGs, and we'll finish with the full build breakdown plus a smarter version too. Alright, let's start with the jumper. My base is Carmelo Anthony. For the first upper release, I'm using Baluba, and honestly, I think this is one of the best uppers in the game right now. Then for the second release, I'm going back to Carmelo Anthony. I found this jumper just slapping on animations that graded out really well. To be honest, the main thing I was looking at was timing stability. But now for the visual cue, I go about 1 to 2 ticks after the push. Some of y'all mentioned in my last video that this cue only really matters for button timing, but I still mix in button shooting sometimes. Release speed is on max. Even after the update where they got rid of the hitch for tempo shooting, it's smoother and faster with rhythm. And for blending, I keep it simple at 50-50 between Carmelo Anthony and Baluba. Alright, now let's talk about my SIGs. I'm gonna give you 2 lists here. For the first one is what I'm actually running and learning right now. And the second one is what I consider the smoother, easier animations. For the SIGs that I'm using right now, my hop jumper is Dylan Brooks, my combo moves is LeBron, and for my escape I'm running with Shea. Now the second list is more of the go-to options you'll see everywhere. For example, the Jimmy Butler escape move is extremely popular right now. It's fast, clean, and one of the best escapes you can equip. Then for hop jumpers, I actually recommend Devin Booker. That's one of my personal preference when I'm talking about actual hop jumper shots, because it comes out quicker and smoother compared to Dylan Brooks. The Brooks hop jumper can feel a little slow if you're actually pulling those shots in game. So if hop jumpers are a part of your scoring back, Devin Booker is the way better option, or you can use Zach LaVine right now. Alright, now let's break down the build. Just like with my SIGs, I'm going to give you 2 versions here. First, I'll walk you through my actual day 1 build that I've been running since launch. Then I'll show you the second version, how I'd move some attributes around if I restarted today. So for my day 1 build, here's what I went with. Positioning, I went with a shooting guard standing at 6'8", just like last year, at 193 pounds with a 6'8" wingspan. I'll explain later why I went with my wingspan. Finishing, I've got an 80 close shot, a 71 driving layup, and an 80 dunk. Dunking and rim running just aren't the main part of my playstyle, but I'm still able to finish at the rim if I want to. Shooting, this is where my build gets unique. If you watched me in 2K25, you know that I played more of a shot creator style, and I kept that exact play style for 2K26. So I put my mid-range at a 95 with cap breakers, and I can push it up to 97. And honestly, this is where the fun comes in. I'm taking hop jumpers, spin jumpers, fades, shots I rarely see. With that mid-range so high, I get Hall of Fame shifty shooter and Hall of Fame dead eye. Then for my 3-point rating, I went with an 86. That way I'm still consistent from deep, but the mid-range is where I live. When I green those contested mid-range shots with my animation, it feels right. With this rating and the badges, those tough shots actually have the numbers to back it up. Playmaking, I have an 86 ball handle and an 80 speed with ball. I get the animations I want, and I get lightning launch on silver. Defense, I've got a 79 interior, and I already used the cap breaker there to boost it. My perimeter defense is at an 82, and my block is at a 79. Then I went with a 70 offensive rebound and a 60 defensive rebound. Nothing crazy, but enough to help me when I'm locked in. Now for physicals, I put my speed at an 85, agility at 85, and strength at a 79. So overall, I wanted something balanced, fast enough to move on the perimeter, but not sacrificing strength completely. And that's my day 1 build. Like I said, I made these decisions with my playstyle in mind, shot creating in the mid-range, consistent from the 3, enough finishing to keep defenders honest, and defense to hold my own. But as I've been playing, I've already thought of changes I'd made if I restarted, so let me walk you through that alternate version now. If I was to remake my player, or if you just want an alternate option, this is the version I'd go with. I'm still keeping it at shooting guard, same 6'8" height, but this time I bumped the weight up to 215 pounds and gave it a 6'11" wingspan. On my first build, I had to make a choice. Do I go with a shorter wingspan and elite shooting, or a longer wingspan and stronger defense. And with this version, I'm choosing the longer wingspan, better all-around balance for finishing. I raised the driving dunk to an 88, and I throw a cap breaker on that so I can unlock contact dunks. That's a big difference compared to my first build. For shooting, it's not gonna be as insane as my day one build, unfortunately, but it's still strong. I'd put the mid-range at a 90 and then add one cap breaker so I can unlock gold shifty shooter. My 3-point rating would be at an 83, which is plenty consistent, I believe. For playmaking, I'd keep the ball handle at an 86. My speed with ball would be a 75, which is still enough to unlock lightning launch on silver. On defense, this build is better. I'd put interior defense at an 80 and perimeter defense at an 84 so I can get the immovable enforcer badge. My block would be at an 84, and with 2 cap breakers there, I can unlock high flyer denier on silver, which gives me a way more rim protection. Rebounding stays simple with a 60 defensive rebound. For my physicals, I'd have an 85 speed, 80 agility, 85 strength, and an 80 vertical. That way, I'm not just quicker, but also stronger and more athletic compared to the first build. And the leftover attribute points you can spread where you want depending on your desire. And that's my alternate version. Now, the reason why I would change it a little would be because of the wingspan. With a shorter wingspan, I get better shooting attribute ratings, but to be honest, the way defense is right now, like, I would bargain with all the defense I can get. Also with strength as well. So if you got extra cap breakers, and I would honestly, with the cap breakers I would have, because I wasn't really including cap breakers in these builds, I'm sorry, but I would put the rest on defense or strength if I felt like I was getting bullied. But I'll leave the rest for y'all to interpret, you know, put it where you ever, if you want a higher dunk or you want a better 3, then go ahead and get rid of the mid-range. I mean, you go ahead and alternate it however you want. But yeah, that's everything. My custom jump shot, my SIGs, and both versions of my build. If you want to copy my exact setup, you've got it. If this video helped you out, drop a like and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the next breakdown. I'm planning on going deeper into dribbling and more shot creating next. So let me know in the comments what you want to see. Appreciate y'all for watching, and catch you in the next one.